Hi, it's Maggie with Golden Lights Within, and I'm back with another video today about something you probably wouldn't quite expect, and I will get into it. It's a little bit of a challenge, but let me just preface it with saying, right, if you've looked at any of my other videos, I strongly believe, right, that the mind and body influence each other. And so personally within my life, I try to look at how I interact with others and what that does within me, that has physical effects and mental effects, either positively or negatively, right? And so we want to really look at those interactions we're having with other people all day, and are those contributing in a positive direction or a negative direction, and how can we really shift that if it is indeed negative, or how can we amplify the positive? And that's only going to obviously affect other people and create a more peaceful environment within them, but also within us, right? Because when we get angry or jealous or any of these lower vibe emotions, it doesn't make the other person feel good, but it also does not make us feel good. So it's really a lose-lose situation. And so we want to have tools and practice to get better at that, because we are all human and we're not perfect, and things happen, but just getting more practice is good. So, and then again, kind of giving that ripple effect of more positivity. So the tip is to use driving as a practice ground for that every day. So unless you live, awesome if you're in a more walkable city, but if you are driving, a lot of people are driving every day or have an opportunity to do that. So I have been using that as a practice ground personally to just look at how I can be a bit more peaceful, right, and positive, and affect somebody's day in a positive way when I'm out on the road, versus adding to the negativity and the rush, and just seeing how that affects me mentally and physically. So again, just viewing it as a practice ground. Usually there is a situation when you're out on the road that you can exercise this, of course not always, but I'm just thinking of things like, right, you're merging into traffic and you can let someone in, or you could speed up and block them. Which one are you going to choose in that moment, especially if you're already in a rush, right? And so just really using those situations as a time to practice, and practice not just having this quick reaction that's often negative, right? Especially when we're becoming we're in a stressed out environment, right? If there's a lot of traffic and things going on and we're late. So using that as a practice ground of hey, I can just slow down, let this person in, and just experiment with that, in different situations in driving. Maybe just give them a good wave, spread that positive energy and see what happens. And again, I just chose driving because I was thinking about it the other day, and I'm this is just such a great thing. I'm doing it every day. This is built-in practice, right? I'm here, situations come up with driving, and there are a lot of opportunities to just be more peaceful, let people in, and see how that affects you mentally and physically, and then just see how you can start to build on that, right, in situations outside of driving. But I think it's a great practice ground. So it's my challenge to you to try this as well. I've been experimenting with it, and I have had a lot of fun with it so far, and just seeing that when you are nicer in those situations, how it just diffuses everything, right? So give it a try. And I also, if you like the idea of this, I have another video about kind of a challenge about connecting with others, one simple thing you can do daily. And so I recommend you check that out if you like this sort of thing and want to practice more of this in your life, just I'm doing, right? So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this Golden Lights Within video, and I will see you in the next one.